It's Jackie, and we're going to take a look at the next few pages of my December daily. I only have, I think, 4 days or 5 days to show you, but this year I decided not to just do one page per day or one picture per day. I just decided to use all the pictures I love and go with it, and 5 days turned into a whole lot of pages. So let's jump right in and I'll show you what I've got. So we finished up last time on day 21, and then we get into my home for the holidays. This is the travel journal section of the book because I went home to Halifax, and this Home for the Holidays card was already in the album. This again is the Heidi Swapp December album that was on clearance at Michael's last year, and I'm using the Pink Paislee Yuletide collection to supplement that. And I just put a sticker and some block letter stickers, a little bit of stamping, and I just put some, this is actually nail tape on the top and the bottom to make a border, and that's my Home for the Holidays tag. And then on the other side we get right into day 22. And there's just a picture of me looking groggy. We got up at 3:30 in the morning to get on the plane, and the airport was packed, so I took a picture of that and just a couple of little star stickers because the stars were still out. And then we get into the next day, that's 22. As you can see, I took my number and I used this little, there was this little hole in the page, so I just tied it on with some twine, and now it flips around so that no matter what side you're looking at it from, you can always make the 22 face in the right direction. I thought that was neat. And then I just put some pictures of what we did when we got to Halifax. I packaged chocolates all afternoon. We went to the casino in the evening. That's just like a win we had on the slot machines. I took my title and I put it on, backed it with some white cardstock and cut it out so that it would show up on the red paper. And this is just an old border sticker I had in my stash. And I typed my journaling as usual. That font is called Eras Light, E-R-A-S. It's on Microsoft Word, easy peasy. I just put my writing into text boxes and print them out. And then, so the title is Traveling and Family Time. And I had this ampersand. It finally got a chance to use it, 21 days in or whatever, 22 days in. And then it was black, it was white with black polka dots, and the page was white with black polka dots. I thought that was a horrible coincidence. So I just took some red acrylic paint, just used my fingers, smeared some on the paper, and now you can see the ampersand. And then I just used some jelly bean soup alpas there. So we went out with my husband's brothers, so I just took a picture of the three of them at the bar. They're all making faces. I could not get a nice picture of them all smiling. And I just put naughty or nice because that's what they're like. A little our family embellishment, some washi tape. This Believe was already on the page, and a little more journaling. And then we get into day 23, and I think this is actually one of my favorite pages in the book. I had bought these stickers months ago, and I forgot that I bought them for December Daily. So when I found them, I was like, oh, I need to get those in there. But I wish I had been using them the whole way through. I think they're so stunning. They're puffy stickers, and so I just called it Final Prep Day. These are just some Mambi stickers up here. And I spent the day with my mom, and we were wrapping presents and packaging things and, running and getting last minute things. So I just put a picture of my mother wrapping presents, and I just backed that on a piece of patterned paper that I wasn't happy with, so I colored it red with a marker. And now I'm much happier with it, and I just outlined it with gold paint pen. My number wasn't showing up, so I just painted the back of it with gray acrylic paint, and now it pops a lot better, I think. And there's a picture of my mother's boyfriend and the cat. We've got a Christmas hat for the cat, and she has the grumpiest look on her face while she has to wear it. I thought that was so funny. And I just put, "Here comes Santa Claus" as the little caption there. And then I just made a list of all the things that we got done, and I just used a journal card for that, and I just cut off the bottom. And it has something else on the banner, so I just put a little planner sticker on there that says today. I think that worked. And then my sister didn't get in. Her flight got in at 1:15 in the morning. She showed up at my mother's house at 2, and she and I put the baskets together that night. So here she is passed out on the baskets when they were all done. And I put a picture of what the baskets looked like inside before we wrapped them, and matted those both on some red cardstock, just a little embellishment. I put a strip of washi tape across the bottom here, gold glitter, because I just thought the page was too plain with it, just the music paper. And a little snap sticker there. It says Believe. It's a little hard to read, but I think it's okay. And then we get into Christmas Eve. So this page, it has a heart cut out of it already. So I decided to put a picture of myself and my grandmother in the heart, and I think that looks really cute. The top of the page had been white, and I did some mixed media things on it that did not look good at all. So I ended up covering it with this pattern paper with the holly leaves, and it looks much better. This black stripe was already here, but I made it thicker with some black washi tape so that I could put my title across it. And I had this sticker that said "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." I thought that was really suitable. I took my number and I just painted the back with gold acrylic paint. And we drove to Moncton with my sister and her boyfriend, so I put a picture of them in the back seat. And then you can see the picture was actually of the four of us, myself, my grandmother, my sister, and my father. So I think that's a neat little reveal when you turn that page. So we did so many things on Christmas Eve. I did my best to fit them all in the pages. We went for sushi lunch, so I just made this bar along the top of the page. I just put washi across, 2 photos of what we ate, and a little bit of journaling about it. And then we made Christmas ornaments with my cousin and my aunt, so I put a picture of that, and I put a picture of the ornament that I made. And just a bunch of stickers, joy, holiday fun, sparkle and shine, a little bit of washi tape here and here. And I think that page turned out nice. And then when we got to my grandmother's house, we took this picture. I took a picture of the potatoes that I make with her every year. And then I just put a couple scraps of pattern paper, some journaling. This one's really kind of square. It's like square, square, line, 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 line. So I just put a couple of little embellishments, this thicker 24. I just keep repeating the number every time it's another page so that it's not confusing what day it was. Yeah, and just some enamel dots. Pretty basic, and I outlined the whole thing with black pen. And on the other side I put pictures of dinner. This picture of my husband and my cousin just cracked me up, so I thought I had to include that. And then I just took a picture of us at the table, but I can only capture half the table in a photo, but I feel like every year I put a different picture of us at the table, and hopefully by the time I'm done making December dailies I'll have captured everybody. And then just some embellishments down the side. This was one of the Heidi Swapp houses. I don't actually spend a lot of time in houses. I live in an apartment so I spend most of my time in, high-rise buildings. So when there's a house, my grandmother lives in a house, so it feels really appropriate to put that down. Just some stickers, holly jolly, ho ho ho, and a little piece of cardstock back here. This page I think is probably one of the prettiest ones in the book. It says Deck the Halls, and it's Pink Paislee puffy stickers on some Scotch gold foil tape. I love this tape and I'm almost out of it, so I use it very sparingly, but I thought this page warranted it. To make this page I just used a 6x6 sheet of paper. I used my envelope punch board to cut out the corners, and I put some gold. This is the back of the paper. I just put some red glitter tape on the top and the bottom and stuck my photo in the middle. My sister took this wonderful kind of panoramic picture of my uncle's living room where you can see the tree and the presents and Christmas carols on the TV and all the decorations, so I really wanted to give that a prominent spot in my book. I use my We Are Memory Keepers tab punch to just punch out this little tab that says Santa, drop it here. And on the other side, this is the pattern paper. This was at my other grandmother's house that night, and it's a picture of socks. My husband's socks, my mother's socks, and we're all staring at the presents across the room. These are the presents that didn't fit under the tree. And I just did a gold tab on this side. I stapled it with my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher. More type journaling and the word peace. And then I did another vellum page, and this one is of my grandmother's Christmas tree. And I love this technique of printing photos on vellum. I think it looks so cool. And it goes through to the back. It's translucent. And I just put some washi tape down the side to reinforce the holes. If I turn the page a lot, I don't know if you remember, but I did another one of those pages back here. I did one for a snow day. So I just liked it so much I wanted to do another one, and I did. So that page I just kept simple, and then I just kept using 24s as we stayed on Christmas Eve. So this time I used the Yuletide numbers. I love these big foil red numbers. And I just put this journal card along the bottom, and it's a picture of all of us just resting before Christmas morning's excitement. So this is just us in the evening. All the work is done. My husband's talking to my grandfather, my mother and my grandmother are just looking at all the presents that they wrapped. I put this gold foil star at the top, and then I put a star on the other side, and I tried to line up the points of the star, and I think that was a neat little effect. And the last page for Christmas Eve was just a couple of little details that I had photos of that I wanted to include. So the first one was my cousin's elf on the shelf was there. It was her last night in town, so I just used these alphas to write elf on the shelf. And she had graffitied a picture of my mother that sits on my grandmother's mantle, and we thought that was pretty funny. And then the second thing was this Sudoku book. Every year we give my grandmother Sudoku books for Christmas. They have 50 puzzles in the book. She does one puzzle a week so that it lasts through the whole year. So this is showing how she had done up to puzzle 49 was finished. She had one puzzle left, and Christmas was the next day. And then, so I just put Sudoku there. I outlined all the pictures with gold paint pen, and I just used this Recollections. It's like green embossed cardstock star. I really like that. Then we have the One More Sleep tag. This was pre-printed in the Heidi Swapp album, but I just outlined the words again with black glitter glue, Martha Stewart black glitter glue, and I just, you know, splattered some green acrylic paint on it to give it a little more detail. Put a border sticker here and a little glitter tab with my tab punch. And, oh, the sticker didn't stick. Nothing sticks to glitter, does it? I'm going to have to glue that down. I knew that would happen. On the side, I used the same border sticker, and it's a picture of my sister and her boyfriend. We went to pick them up early in the morning on Christmas Day. And so I used this red foil snap sticker that says 25, and we went to get Tim Hortons. There were 16 cars lined up in the drive-thru, and we waited anyway. So I took a picture of that. And then this picture I just thought was so beautiful that I just took it to the photo lab and had them printed out 6x8, because my printer can't do a good job of that size, and I think it was well worth it. I had them printed out matte, and I just love it. It's a picture of my aunt and my cousin and my grandmother, and they're just opening presents in front of the tree in the morning, and I put a Mamby sticker on it that says, "Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and that's all I did to that page. I love it. On the back I put patterned paper, but I didn't have a sheet that was big enough, so I just piecemealed 2 pieces, a green piece and a white piece, onto it, and then I connected them with this strip of washi, and I think they worked out well as photo mats. And I just put a lot of pictures of everyone opening their presents. So there's my husband and my sister's boyfriend, my grandfather, and they're opening their stockings. There's my mother and her boyfriend opening presents. Here's my grandmother opening the basket that we made her. And I just put not very much embellishment here, just a couple of stickers. And here I put Merry Christmas, and I used more of that gold Scotch tape. And then the flap opens, and inside there's my cousin with the electronic hedgehog she got for Christmas. It's my mother, my sister, and my aunt together, and that's me and my grandmother. So I'm just really loving using all the so many pages, because I'm capturing so many precious moments that I haven't captured in my previous December dailies. I really like what I'm doing with this here. And then I just outlined the whole thing with some black marker. I made my journaling go across both flaps, so I managed to squeeze in lots of words. And I'm running out of time. And then the biggest hit of the morning was this pirate hat that was given to my grandfather, and there he is wearing it, and he's smiling, and this photo just makes me so happy that I wanted to print it off big and give it its own page. And I continued the gold tape over to this side, and I just put the word joy and matted the photo. I think that page looks great. That's one of my favorite pages. My aunt is selling Monat now, so everyone got Monat for Christmas. It's like a hair product. It's like a shampoo line. And so the packaging that it came in was so pretty, I decided to make it into a page. I just cut it out and stuck it in the book. On the back, I put pictures of our breakfast that morning. So here's my family, and they're talking at breakfast, and my mother's hands are in the air. I don't know what she was talking about, but whatever it was, she was very expressive. And a picture of what breakfast actually looked like. Just some gold glitter tape down the side. A little bit of washi tape, some enamel dots, pretty simple. And I just use handwriting. I use handwriting if the page of paper is white, but usually it isn't. And then I put a picture of Christmas dinner. So here we are at dinner. And again, I can only capture, there were 2 tables, but I could only get a picture of one. And then I put a picture of my meal and the Christmas crackers that we opened. And just, I love that picture. It really captures how the table's set. And more journaling. I put another 25 because it's a new page. This Merry Christmas was already on the page, so I left it as is. A little bit of washi tape up here. And then the last picture is after we drove back home to Nova Scotia that night, and we stopped and we got Donair subs and garlic fingers. And this is my husband crouching over his Donair sub very protectively, as if I was trying to take it from him, and a picture of the garlic fingers that I ate. It was a black page, so I just pulled out my white gel pen and I did my journaling on it. And this 25 was already printed on the page, and I just went over it with some Martha Stewart gold glitter glue. Just did an outline with a marker, some red around this picture, and one of the Yuletide gold foil labels, and that's it. Very simple pages, I think, but I'm really capturing precious memories this time, and it's making me really pleased. So just 6 more days to go in this book, so you'll have another update from me soon. I hope you guys are either finished your December dailies or you're still working on them. Whatever you do, don't give up. And I'll be back to post probably in the next few days. Thank you so much for watching.